Today we're going to be talking about solo tanking. Solo tanking is not something that's common in normal play as much, but as you play ranked and as you get higher in ranked, you're more expected to solo tank. So this is going to be a basic guide on how to solo tank. This is not a Magneto guide. I'm just using Magneto because I like Magneto. Every tank in the game can solo tank. I've solo tanked with every tank in high ranks. They all can do it, okay? Just some tanks have an easier time solo tanking than others, but it does not mean that there's a specific tank that can't do it. They all can tank. So we're going to be playing Magneto. And the first thing you want to do is understand your character's kit. You're not going to be able to solo tank if you don't understand what your character does. I understand that the spot that I want to keep players at when playing Magneto is going to be mid-range. Again, this isn't a Magneto guide. I just want to share with you my thought process going in. So we're going to slow it down just a little bit, and I'm going to show you the range that Magneto usually wants to play at when he starts to fire. So he fired a shot, right? And there's an explosion. That right there is as far as I want them. The closer they are to Magneto, the harder it is to hit that shot. The further they are away from this spot, it's not gonna hit, it's too far, right? So you wanna have them around the zone. The blast is going to be your damage with Magneto. He could still do damage up close, but it's just way easier to rely on the AoE blast than it is your actual accuracy of aim with this character specifically. Every character is different, but I just want to emphasize how important it is for you to understand what your character likes and dislikes so you have a better chance of solo carrying your game as a solo tank. So we're going to play this game out. And by the way, this is a silver to gold game. We are against a Penny and a Thor as a solo tank Magneto. Let's go ahead and play this out. So we get in there, we start doing some damage, just a little bit, just kind of playing the field. The more damage we do, the more our ultimate charges up. We know this. As we play, we notice that there is a Winter Soldier right there chilling, right? What does this mean if the Winter Soldier is up there chilling? If we take a look at this, we'll notice that this guy has a really good angle on our entire team that's back here, right? We also notice that their team is starting to circle and cycle around. We know that Winter Soldier has damage fall off. So the further we are away from Winter Soldier, the less damage he does. We can also use this pillar as a good way to hide from damage until it's destroyed, because it does break. A good way to hide from damage. So instead of taking this 2v6 fight, because our team is like really spread out all over the place, we're going to back up. Because this means that he has to shoot from a further range. We're also allowing our team to come in position. We start to see Iron Man fly in, right here. You see Iron Man fly in and he pushed him off. This is relying on your team, right? A lot of the times when you play team games, people think that, oh, my team sucks, my team can't do anything. They can. If they're in the rank with you, they can do exactly what you can do, but how they do it themselves, right? They might not play exactly how you want them to, but they're good enough to be where you are. There's no excuse to think that they suck. So this guy comes in. If people don't pay attention, just ping the character. Usually your team will start paying attention. This guy comes in and starts flying in. So I start to be a little bit more aggressive with it. Now I do end up turning around because I thought that I needed to shield this guy because I thought he was in danger. Most of the time, 99% of the time, you never want to just flip your body around when people are next to you. You need to attack and back up slowly. You do not move faster in this game by turning around and running straight. That doesn't work. At least I don't think that's how it works. I've never noticed a movement speed boost from going straight. I'm pretty sure it's the same. I think that's Overwatch. But anywho, I thought he needed a shield, so I turned around. As soon as I noticed that he was just chilling, I turned back. We're playing with Iron Man here, and we're just hanging around, right? We know that we don't want people in front of us, so Thor starts to get in front of my face. I instantly knock him back. We know that we want to play with our healers. So we know that Invisible Woman is right there, and we also noticed that our Cloak and Dagger died. This is when I noticed that. So I tried to like back off a little bit, I'm pretty sure. There it is. I back off a little bit because she's dead. We also noticed that our Hela was in a really bad position right there. Nothing we could do about that. So we're backing up, and this is basically team fight 1 loss. Remember, Marvel Rivals is a series of team fights. This is team fight 1, we lost. Back up, reject it. You can't win anyway, we're down players. So just back up out. So we're just gonna kind of play and chill out. And as you see, I'm playing cover, right? These guys can't hit me at all from here. Like nobody, this guy, like nobody's, cover is chilling. If this Thor decides to chase, he is looking a little thirsty. I know he is. I tried to bait him. If this guy tries to chase, he's gonna be behind this wall. He's not gonna have any cover from my team, and his team can't heal him or shoot me. So we're chilling. Let's continue the gameplay. What does he do? This dude gets extra thirsty. Like, bro, what should you do? Relax. It's all right. But as I said before, who can help this guy? Oh, look, she's even super low. So she's not even going to be able to heal this dude. Winter Soldier's still trying to fight with that invisible woman over there. Like, what is he doing? My teammates are spawning. I'm literally leading him to my teammates. So we're chilling, and we're like, okay. I turn around. I turn my entire body around because I know that I'm not in danger, right? We're in cover right now. There's nobody that can hit me. So I'm going to turn my body around and try to just kind of fight this guy. Let him think I'm not kiting to my team and just kind of outplay him mentally. So we're chilling. He starts fighting me a little bit more. My team shows up, right? And we're still taking this fight. Now Thor dips out because he's like, oh, I'm about to die. But then look who decides to freaking play this game. Winter Soldier's like, bro, what's up? And he's in the same position that Thor's in. Now Thor's forced to keep fighting again, but I'm not in any danger. I have cover. Then I slide myself into cover, waiting for my healer, right? Nobody can hurt me but the ones in front. Now we see that people are fighting Penny over there, right? I really don't know what's going on over here. It's not my... Sometimes you just can't question things. They're starting to funnel into us. This is a good thing because this is not an advantageous position for them. We have cover, we have all this good stuff, but like they're getting attacked from all angles if we notice it, right? There's no real way they can do anything. This is great for us. And we're playing back. There's no real way for us to force. When you're a solo tank, you're looking for your DPS to make a play for you, and once they make a play, you capitalize on it. Unfortunately, I end up dying here, and it's okay. It happens. We die, we reset, we take a breath, and we think about how we can play better. So we go back in, and we try to do the same exact thing. They're still actually fighting, surprisingly. I don't know what's going on. They're still fighting, and Thor's again by himself. This is just something he keeps doing for some random reason. So we end up getting him really low, right? I think I could have killed him, but I trolled. I noticed that my guy is very low, so I tried to shield him, but the shield ran out before I got close enough. Perfectly fine. And now we're just chilling. And so in a situation like this, right, if we pay attention, we could hit Thor, but remember our range as this tank. Thor is a good juicy target because he's low and he's in front of us. But Thor isn't the real damage. This person is, Winter Soldier. So the fact that you're close enough for me to do damage to you, I'm gonna focus you instead. So I decide to go shoot stuff at him, right? My team can focus on Thor, which is exactly what they did, while I focus on everybody else. My Cloak and Dagger decided to make a play with her ult. She ended up dying because, you know, she's out of position herself. We focus on destroying the nest because that's what we need to do. Now we have Penny just all by herself. Our whole entire team was able to wipe their entire team by just waiting for a play. The playmaker on our team is Cloak and Dagger, Iron Man. I'm a playmaker too, is Magneto. He can throw down that thing to make a play himself. Not really Invisible Woman in my opinion. Cloak and Dagger, and then Mr. Fantastic. So we do have a lot of playmakers on our team. Their playmakers are more or less going to be Winter Soldier. Thor can, in a way. And their Luna Snow. I keep wanting to call her Scarlet Witch for some reason. This is important to understand your playmakers because a lot of the times that's going to be who you're waiting for to get their ultimate and start making their plays. So now what we're doing is we're hiding behind cover. If you noticed, if I'm going to get shot, it's not going to be from this angle. So let's actually like look at it from their perspective, right? If I'm here, if I walk behind this pillar or this wall here, they can't see me if I'm here, right? They can't see me. If they shoot me from this angle, they're only getting half of my body because of this desk is in the way. So I'm safe this way, and I'm also safe, semi-safe this way. So this is what we're going to play around as we continue to fight. So let's go back to the game and let's continue to play. As you see, I'm still hugging walls. I'm not playing. I shield this guy because this guy's crazy. I don't know what he's doing. But we're just playing, we're playing angles. We're playing angles. As you see, I don't need to actually hit anything directly. I have an explosive radius on my shot. We're playing angles and we're focusing things that are more important. Thor is right in front of my face. We do understand this, but I don't care about Thor. I care about these guys over here clumped up. Not only because I have the AoE damage, but because, you know, I can do damage to the good targets. So he decides to ult. As soon as this guy ults, remember, I have a playmaking ult myself. As soon as that guy ults, I know in my mind, I need to do something. This guy's about to run over my team. So I ult. Thor ults as well. I didn't even notice that, but you know, it is what it is. I ult because what am I gonna do when I ult? I'm gonna scare them. I'm gonna instantly scare them. This is something that all tanks have. All tanks have some type of way to scare people with their ultimate. Doctor Strange is a little bit more difficult to use because you have to get a little bit closer. But for the most part, every single character that's a tank has some type of way to scare people away. This right here is a really good countermeasure. This is something that you call counter diving. And so you can even call it counter engaging, but we're not going to talk a lot about that right now. But for the most part, just know that when they decide to retaliate against us, I have to do something to them. Within this mindset, this actually calls Luna to ult. So this literally was really good for us. Obviously she ults and you know, they're scared of me, but I'm looking for someone to target. This guy for some reason was not in her ultimate completely. So I use that as an advantage and I hit him with it. Now I don't kill him, but I get him low enough and I keep him low enough because Luna then has to continuously heal him. This is gonna scare him. This is a mental kind of game. So he gets healed back up, but it doesn't matter. He starts running into me. I try to knock him off, but I don't. We back up a little bit and we play back. We don't have anything else anymore, but at least it was enough to blow out their ults. Iron Man was able to get a great ult into the Luna and we're just continuing to back up. We don't want this guy in our face. We know this. And you might be thinking, well, Papa, don't you need a tank for your team? They're all over there. I mean, it's going down, man. I can't really do much about that right now. So we're chilling, and we're just gonna continue to focus this Thor. We noticed that Thor is going after the Cloak and Dagger, so I decided to shield the Cloak and Dagger, and then I also try to step in front of her and push him off, because I know that he's going for her. I'm keeping her safe. We decided to continue to play. I noticed that my team is winning, so we decided to play with our team. And remember, the goal as a solo tank is to play around your team. It's to play around your actual playmakers as a solo tank. So we continue to play, we continue to do our thing, and this is going to be how we play as a solo tank. We blow up the nest real quick. I think I even pinged the nest, but they don't show, or they don't attack it, which is fine. And we're playing back. We're not going to commit crazily like Mr. Fantastic because we understand our spacing, and we understand that we can't die. But we'll play with them. We'll play with them. Continue to play, continue to try to do as much damage as possible to people, and we're able to secure the point. And now their death timers are staggered. This basically means that they're unable to do anything. And we just tend to clean up the fight here. There's nothing they can do. Now, again, the timers are staggered, right? 3 people are dead and they're trying to fight and contest and they can't. This is what happens when you win a team fight, and this is what happens when they don't wait for their team to respawn. This is something that even happens in high ranks. People still continue to do this and get picked off. Once you have point, usually it's hard to contest it, and they're gonna have to do a really good job trying to get back onto that point. So we're gonna do this again, but we're going to play, I think I played Doctor Strange here to kind of give another example of it.
A plan to stop Victor, don't you, darling?
Would you still love
Just checking the time here.
Not yet.
Of course.
The battle starts in 5.
Oh, I don't play Doctor Strange.
3.
I thought I played Doctor Strange here. I guess I didn't. So we're gonna continue to play Magneto. I swear I thought I played Doctor Strange, but I guess I didn't here. And it's the same concept. Same concept applies. We want to keep our spacing. We want to keep them away from us. I don't care about what's happening over here because I can't do anything, right? Now, we do notice that there's an Iron Man up there, so we have to play kind of away from the Iron Man a little bit. So what we decide to do is not only shield a couple of shots, but we walk away out of his line of sight. If this guy wants to actually make a play on us, where did he go? Oh, he's over here. If he wants to make a play on us, he has to like go around the pillar, as you see, right? Because the pillar is blocking. So he has to go all the way over here, which kind of puts him out of position, and my team can go ahead and kill him. A lot of the times Iron Man seems like a problem is because people die to him really quickly. But if you are a tank that's very good at bobbing in and out, or a DPS, or a healer, doesn't matter, whoever he's focusing, if you are not dying, he's going to be focusing you for a longer period of time, which means that your team can actually end up killing him because he's focused on you. So keep that in mind when you are playing this Iron Man. So again, we're just kind of taking our angles as much as possible. This gives us a better chance at winning these fights. I got to make sure that I'm safe. I'm not going to go overextend like that guy here, Mr. Fantastic. If I would have dropped down into this, I could have died. I don't even know what Mr. Fantastic went. What happened to him? Where did he go? Wait, what? Where is he? I'm curious. Oh, he didn't even drop down there. So in field of view, I thought he dropped. If I would have decided to drop down and follow, I could have died. When you're solo tanking, it's really not your job to make plays. You have to keep that in mind. Just space and do your best. It is not your job to make plays. It's more your job to buy time. And she's out of position, so I just decided to go for her and kill her. But that wouldn't have happened if I would have been aggressive. Just take your time, let your DPS make these plays for you. You're not gonna win every game like this, obviously, but the better you play as a tank, the more you're gonna win, even if you feel like your DPS suck. The one thing that I notice that people constantly say about their DPS is that they don't do damage, they can't aim, whatever. An average player is going to have average aim. If a player has average aim, they more or less are able to shoot something and kill it. A lot of the times you feel like your DPS doesn't do damage, a lot of the times you feel like your DPS doesn't get kills, is because something's preventing them from doing it. They could be getting dove by the other tank, they could be getting dove by another DPS. You have to understand there's something preventing them from doing that. That last round, the Thor was on my cloak and dagger. If she would have died, or if I didn't get any heals, it's because Thor was on my cloak and dagger. So this is something you have to think about when you're playing the game. It's not that DPS suck or anything like that. You have to think more outside. You have to think more outside of the box and really assess the situation. Watch your replay back, and you'll notice that sometimes your DPS are not in a good spot. Sometimes you're not in a good spot. Sometimes they're not alive. Sometimes, there's a lot that you're not noticing because you're playing your game. So here we notice that they're all kind of trapped in here. I'm just gonna chill out here. Now they could come from under us, so we do have to keep that in mind, but for the most part, we're just kind of focused on what's in front of us. I decided to try to ult, but I clipped the top. I kind of knew it wasn't gonna work, but I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens. We see that their Hulk died, so we know that they're down a tank, but we also know that they had a group. We turn around to check what's happening. We see that group and Cloak and Dagger are going in. Not really something they should be doing at all, but because we've been playing smart, because we've been eliminating their team, they don't have any backup. So we take them out and we go back to our original spot. Why do we go back to this spot? Like, what's so cool about this spot? Why do we not play point? When most of the time, the objective isn't a great spot to play. You have a lot more of an advantage playing here. If you're playing down here on point, look what they get to do. They get to shoot you from above. It's a lot more advantageous, no matter what game you're playing, to shoot down at enemies. But here, we're on the same level. Also, if we push even further, then they're down a level, right? Then they're on a slope. So these are just kind of things you want to think about when you're playing, is how to get in a more advantageous position when you actually have point, or when you need to take a good fight. Not much they can do here. They just have to run through us. If they were smart, they would go through the bottom and try to flank us or something like that, right? This is where you're gonna have to start being a little bit more strategic in how you play. Even in high ranks, people continue to funnel. They don't think about how to address the situation and think differently. They do the same thing over and over, which is what these guys are doing. There's multiple ways to get to a point and they don't do it. So again, they're in a disadvantageous position, right? They're funneled into a little small hallway. They're also on a slope. They don't have a lot of angles to play from if they're here. There's just nothing they can do. They try to come from behind, but remember, we eliminated this dude's team, right? This guy's playing Magneto because he thinks that Magneto's broken, because I'm playing Magneto and doing well on him, so that he decides to play Magneto, has no clue what he's doing. This happens in high rank too. It's not a low rank issue. Everybody thinks that it's the character. Their tank is down. We know that what's her face was ulting, so we back up a little bit. Not too worried about it. Iron Man actually caught me off guard here. I shield myself, my team's able to kill him. Remember, if you're alive, right, Iron Man is focused on you. Your whole entire team can focus on that Iron Man. He can't shoot and move around quickly. He needs to pick one or the other. So because he's focused on me, this dude gets really, really low. Doesn't really matter, the game's over, and that's that. So the main takeaway that I want you to have from this is that as a main tank, your job, or as a solo tank, your job is to not die, and your job is to play off of others. You are not the main hero of the story. You need to wait for an opening. Once you have an opening, once you notice someone's low or something like that, you can push forward and start actually damaging these targets. You can push forward and start doing more. But as of this moment, right, there's nothing you could do. So you have to play back, and you have to continue to just kind of wait for your team if you're getting overrun or if people are dying. I hope this video helped you. This is just the basics of it. There's obviously a complicated way and more advanced tactics to this type of stuff, but just to understand the basics, I hope this video helped. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often. Will often.